Hi there, we're back on the 67 Hail channel with me, Hamish Carton. We've also got John McGinley. Hello, John.
Hi Hamish, back again on the channel. We've got another special guest with us today.
I know we were saying just before we started recording, Jack, it seems like a while since we've had you on, and I think a lot's happened in the wonderful world of Celtic.
Yeah, it has, but all good. Good to be back.
Indeed, a lot of winnings happened, I suppose we could put it that way. I think we've probably won 3 or 4 games since we last spoke. What's your overall thoughts in the last few weeks in terms of Celtic? We've obviously had a new formation put in, a lot of team changes from Neil Lennon, a lot of it not pleasing the Celtic support too much, but we are winning.
I think that's the main thing. Just now, I think I don't think we've hit top form by any means at all, but we're winning. You seen yesterday the result with Rangers at Hibs. Mm-hmm. So, winning is the most important thing now. I still think he's trying to find his best formation, best team, mm-hmm. and get everybody fit. The international break there, 1 or 2. Edouard was injured before we went away. Obviously, got rested at the weekend. But the team's winning, and that's the most important thing. And the ones that are waiting for opportunities, you want them to take that opportunity and push and raise the standard up higher and higher, each week.
We've certainly had a bit of a disagreement, John, over the
mm-hmm.
constant changing. Every time I see a Celtic line-up at 2 o'clock on a Saturday, I find myself pretty angry because, Edouard's left out or Ayeti's left out. I know you differ slightly in that. In reading Neil Lennon's comments, you kind of put forward the thought that he's trying to get more players up to speed so he has a proper squad rather than just a first 11. But yeah, we've disagreed a bit in that, haven't we?
Yeah, and I think Jackie Pitts has kind of put the finger on it there when he said that it's about getting fitness into the players. I'm not sure if it's that he doesn't know his best 11. I think it might just be that he's looking to get a group of 18 up to full speed. As Jackie alludes to, I certainly don't think we're playing at top capacity either. But there have been 1 or 2 players for me that have kind of started to stand out. And at the weekend, it was obvious Callum McGregor and Ryan Christie were coming onto a game. Jackie, is there any players over the last couple of weeks that have particularly impressed you?
I think there's a few of them that are obviously settled back down. Ajeti getting another goal, which is, I think that's an area alongside with Edouard that somebody around there, a poacher, obviously was always been kind of Griffiths. Even it might not be involved in the game all the time, but someone in there that breaks down in the box, and you've seen it a few times with him now. He seems to have that killer instinct to the right place at the right time. And the games they have been a bit kind of slow, and the other teams in the St Mirren game was quite frustrating, especially the first half. Everybody's banging the ball. But I think the important thing is they came back. The last 2 games they've lost goals, and you can see there obviously what happened yesterday. As I said, they lost a goal, and the importance of coming back from that and stretching on and getting more goals, and we're scoring more goals, which is important as well.
Do you get the impression that this is a team that's just about to find that match or that moment that kicks things into gear? Yeah,
I think, as you said, there was a big fallout, a big sense of frustration with the Champions League exit. I could see 1 or 2 nerves in some of the players, like El Hamid.
Yeah.
Sometimes he impressed me last season. I thought he looked a good, solid, reliable defender, and there's times in the St Mirren game he looked really nervous on the ball and like tentative when he gets it. A few little areas, maybe a square pass and they were breaking on it. So, you can see 1 or 2 maybe suffered from confidence with that, and any mistakes at all. I think it's such a lot of pressure on them this season, and to be honest, there's pressure there, and they have to handle it. They have to push each other, and it has to come obviously from within, and obviously from Neil as well, for Lenny helping them and giving them that confidence, because it's such a important season.
The last time we spoke, we did speak about tactics quite a bit in one of our videos, and we have changed to the 3-5-2. What's your thoughts? Do you think that tactical change is working out, or is there anything that you would perhaps change in the current setup? I've noticed, for example, that we're leaving a lot of space in midfield for teams to counter-attack us, and when I'm thinking about games ahead, specifically Rangers, who are a good counter-attacking team, that worries me slightly. Why are we conceding so many goals?
Obviously, there are certain little bits. It looks like slackness at the back, a concentration. Again, what put us out of the Champions League qualifiers. The second one, the lad plays a 1-2 in the midfield and has a fantastic strike at the weekend, for the second goal, which you can't do much about the strike, but you could stop that getting to the strike, if you know what I mean. The area behind the ball, maybe switching off a little bit, a simple 1-2. But I think, as I said, I think when teams are sitting in, so the whole team is pushing up, and they're camped in, the 18-yard box. And a lot of our goals have came for crosses. You look at most of the games, it's been from wider areas, although not always in behind them. So I think, rather than playing everything in front, which we're maybe doing the last sort of month, everything was played in front and trying to have that killer pass through the middle. There's a lot more, I think, coming from the wider areas, which I think is important. Yeah,
that's interesting. Looking forward to that Rangers game. John raises a good point about how good they are in the counter-attack. I saw them yesterday and they scored, a good goal and also nearly had another one on the counter-attack. So it's something that gives me a little bit of fear going into that game, that we come out, we try to attack them too much. Just putting it out there, is there a school of thought that we maybe try and sit in a little more in that game, invite them on to us and then hit them off? Obviously there'll be no fans at Celtic Park as well, which maybe gives us that extra opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I think it's strange because you look at the games last year, the games we won and the games we lost. The game we won, Ibrox, straight from centre, we put the ball in the corner and we pressed the throw-in. We won it back, we pushed high up the park, and they overloaded midfield, but so did we that day. Chris had dropped in and the work rate for the whole team. But when we lost it there, he went with more attacking players. The game we lost, they won the midfield battle and dominated the match. Even the League Cup final was similar. I thought they dominated the game, but we won the match. We were clinical, obviously. I know the change in that match was having Eduardo on. As soon as he came on, we didn't have an out ball in terms of a striker. But as soon as Eduardo came on, we win the free kick. He draws a free kick for Goldson. We get the ball in and Julian scores a goal. So little moments like that, it's having that threat, but also making sure we're compact. And if, like you said, if we're playing with three at the back and they've only got one through the middle, and the other one's floating around over, and that's what they try to do. I mean, for me, they can't really change a lot, but I think we can, and that's the difference. We've got more in our armoury. You see it yesterday, what he does. All right, we'll put Defoe on for the last 10 minutes and see if he can get a chance and go. Whereas their team doesn't really change, but I think we've got enough in our squad to change so many things. I think Neil's got so many things at his disposal to go compact, to go solid in the midfield area, to compete or to be expansive, and I think you need that.
And one of our early videos, Jackie, it was when all the volleyball and goalie stuff was going down, and we spoke about the anxiety about the points gap, and you were the calm head, let's say, in that scenario. Me and Hamish were pulling our hair out, and you kind of said, don't worry about the points gap, everything can come good. And to be fair to you, it has panned out that way. I take it you're pretty happy with the general direction things are going in this title race, and feeling pretty confident about the way Celtic are going.
Yeah, I still think there's a massive room for improvement in a lot of areas of the team. Defensively, as you said, they've got a new goalkeeper that needs to settle in. It takes time for him to understand. The centre backs, Duffy's come in. Julian's been kind of in and out the last few games. El Hamid, as I said, I thought he took a bit of a knock from the European game. McGregor's playing, inside with Brown. You see him. I always prefer Callum one further forward. You see his goal at the weekend. I think he's you actually want Callum playing it to Callum further up.
He's a great finisher, isn't he? He's a great finisher. But I think that's an underrated part of his game.
Yeah, I think he's a great finisher, but also you can see that that pass in the last third. I know he does well further back alongside Scott, but I actually prefer him further forward. I think he's got that creative side as well, that he can score and thread that killer pass through, as we've seen.
Yeah, John's very much the positive mind at the moment, and I'm the cynic. I'll just throw in one final kind of negative comment, Jackie. I think it's frustrating me at the moment with the team is the inconsistency in his selection in the key areas. The defence, and I think Duffy, Julian, and I have only played one game together. I think Ajeti and Edouard have only played one game together. If you were part of like a new back four, when you goalkeeper and a centre back or a back three or whatever, would it frustrate you not playing, game after game and getting to know your new guys around you?
Yeah, I mean, certain managers, they don't change a lot. Once they have something there, they just keep going and going and going. And but I do believe he needs to give other ones game time, because the European games that are coming up, and there's going to be injuries that we've seen already. They pick up little knocks. And if someone's not played for over a month, you don't have reserve games anymore. Because of the COVID, there's no games to get max speed. So how do the players get fit? You've got Griffiths and other ones maybe coming back from injury in the next few weeks. How do they get any time at all? But then when they do come in, they need to be bang on it. The team can't afford to carry any players, because you see how it's the end of the world if it's a draw over the weekend. Yeah. So how quickly things can change. So there's so much pressure in every decision that Neil has to make, but he has to keep a group of players, happy. But he's got his starting 11 or starting, bringing 3 or 4 players on. But there's another group of 6 or 7 guys that are training every day, that want to play and want to show that they're part of the team and show that they should be starting. So you can never please everybody, even when you're winning.
Clearly.
Hamish, this is what I've been trying to tell you.
Jackie's in your camp.
Backing me up here.
I don't. As I said, that Neil would have, in my time growing up, one of my dream jobs, being the Celtic manager, would have been a dream job for me. But it comes with so much. I would say pressure. Pressure is maybe not the right word, but it's a difficult job he's got. As I said, this is especially being a Celtic man like he is this year. He wants to keep everybody happy, no more than the fans, and it's a tough one.
There we go, everyone. Jackie McNamara telling you nothing to worry about at Celtic. Positive there. Hope you've enjoyed this video. We're back later on in the week. Far more to come from Jackie as we go on. Obviously a big game on Thursday night as well that we'll talk about later on in the week. If you've not yet managed to subscribe to the channel, we would massively appreciate you doing that. Click the alarm bell as well so that you don't miss out on any future video from us. Until next time, take care and hail hail.